Hello, boys and girls, it's Mrs. Sada, and I'm back to read some more Appleblossom the Possum with my good friend Appleblossom. We're ready to go right into chapter 26. Izzy asks to spend the rest of the day in her room with the door closed for privacy. Her mom and dad say yes because an animal has died, and it feels as if they've handled the situation poorly. At least that's what Izzy hears her parents whisper when they think she's out of earshot. Izzy arranges apple slices, cheddar cheese cubes, poppy seed crackers, and roasted almonds on a teacup saucer and retreats behind a closed door. She shuts the curtains that frame her large bedroom window and then makes her way to her bureau and very, very, very slowly opens the top drawer. The possum is sitting, legs crossed, waiting for her. She stares up at Izzy. She smiles. It seems to be a shy smile mixed with apprehension. Izzy gently reaches into the drawer and the possum hobbles with her one black boot into Izzy's hands. Izzy brings the animal to her bed and places her on the comforter. She sets the saucer of food in front of her. The possum seems eager to try a piece of apple. The look on her face shows that it's delicious. She follows the fruit with a square of cheese, a poppy seed cracker, and then all of the almonds. And all the while, Izzy watches, as happy as she's ever been. When she can no longer contain herself, Izzy whispers, "If my parents knew you were in here, I don't think they'd be pleased." The possum leans her head on Izzy's leg. It feels to Izzy as if her heart will burst. She has a real pal. It's as pure and simple as that. Izzy notices that her friend has soot on her back, on the back of her legs, and in her ears. Is it from the chimney? Her neck has a ring of pink fur that smells like strawberry. Dry shampoo, Izzy decides. She leans close to the marsupial and whispers, "You need a bath." Izzy waits until the possum finishes everything on the saucer before carrying her into the bathroom. She fills the sink with warm water and gently removes the Paddington Bear jacket and the bonnet and the single boot. Izzy tries to make her voice reassuring as she carefully lowers the possum into the sink. This is going to feel very warm and very cozy. At least I hope so. Stay calm. A bath can be relaxing and even healing. You've been through a lot, but this should make you feel better. At first, Appleblossom is afraid, but the warm water feels good. It's as if she's floating on a moonlit cloud. She never knew the water could be this sweet. The people holds up her thumb. Appleblossom decides to show the little monster that she has a thumb too. She lifts her arm out of the water and shows her hand. Thumb up. She realizes that this must mean something to people because the monster looks very happy that they both have thumbs. Appleblossom raises her other arm out of the soapy water and holds that thumb up high. She watches as the little monster squeals in a way that seems happy. She can see it is going well, so she lifts her feet out of the water, but it's a mistake. Appleblossom starts to sink. Soapy water rushes into her ears, and when she closes her eyes, it pours into her nose. Her tail starts moving as she panics. But then 2 hands plunge into the water, and the little people shouts, "I've got you." It's only seconds. Appleblossom is wrapped in a small towel and held to the little monster's chest. "You're okay. I'm right here." What follows is a whole world of new experiences. The little monster grabs a red machine that is attached to the wall. She aims it at Appleblossom, and it's like a big windstorm, only a really warm one. Appleblossom feels her fur go from wet to fluffy in a matter of seconds, and her body now smells like a field of flowers. She has never been this clean, and her tummy is very full. Appleblossom knows she must find a way out of this place, but until the opportunity presents itself, she will act happy that she's here. It is a performance that at the moment is easy to play. Must be the hair dryer that was fluffing her up. Okay, chapter 27. Antonio is restless. He tries hard to fall asleep, but for hours he tosses and turns inside an empty flower pot, which is where he and Amlet have finally settled as a safe place for slumber. He forces himself to keep his eyes closed, but he can't turn off his mind, no matter how hard he tries to push away the thoughts. There is no getting around the fact that his sister is with the monsters. How can Amlet be snoring? Antonio knows one thing. Mama Possum said to act from your heart. When night falls, he and Amlet will do the right thing. For now he waits and counts the hours. Once the sun finally goes down, he presses his face close to Amlet. Wake up, he says. It looks to Antonio as if his brother more tightly shuts his eyes. So now he's louder. Amlet, you heard me. Wake up. Amlet rolls over and his tail slaps Antonio's leg. It does not seem like an accident, and so Antonio retaliates, which is when possums use their tails for revenge. He positions his tail and whip-snaps Amlet on the backside. The sleeping possum is now wide awake. Hey, what are you doing? He spins, and now Antonio's eye to eye with his brother. Don't pretend to sleep. I wasn't pretending. Yes, you were. Was not. Was too. It doesn't take long before the two possums are exchanging more than words. Amlet grabs Antonio's ear and pulls hard. Antonio squeezes Amlet's nose. Amlet jumps into the air and comes down onto Antonio's tail. Antonio leaps on Amlet's back, and the two possums spin around in a circle. The fight is on. Antonio grips his knees into Amlet's side and grabs hold of Amlet's whiskers. He feels certain that Amlet will give up, but his brother is stubborn. He rolls out of the flower pot with Antonio still on his back and starts to run. He seems to hope that his brother will be thrown off by his speed, but it doesn't work out that way. Instead, Antonio releases Amlet's whiskers and wraps his arms around his brother's neck. He is now a possum cowboy. He raises his arms into the air and shouts, "Yee-haw!" He is not sure how he knows that this is what a cowboy says. In fact, he doesn't really even know what a cowboy is. Now Amlet seems to be in a blind rage. He kicks up his back legs in an attempt to toss his brother to the ground, but it doesn't work. He darts from side to side, but that does nothing. Then he starts running straight to the edge of the gully. Mama Possum warned them not to go down there. At different times of the year, the water races through the middle of that crack in the earth. But Antonio holds on. He doesn't believe that Amlet truly intends to go over the edge. It's just a game of chicken. And then Amlet does the unthinkable. He runs straight over the embankment. Antonio releases his grip on his brother's neck, but it's too late. The two possums shoot out into the open air, and for a moment in free fall, they catch sight of each other. Their arms are spinning like windmills, and their tails are swirling like the blades of an engine. Then they grab hands, scream, hit water, and submerge. It doesn't take long before they pop up, each safe and in one piece. They move their legs and their arms like they are running, but in water, and in no time they pull themselves from the cold stream to the shoreline. They have survived, and more than that, thinks Antonio, it was strangely fun. Once they are on the muddy bank of the creek, they fall into each other's arms, hugging and laughing out of their minds to be alive and together. That was crazy, shrieked Amlet. I can't believe you didn't let go. Antonio sputtered back. Well, I can't believe you ran off the edge. Antonio and his brother hook arms and start moving towards the safety of the tall bushes when an animal suddenly emerges right in front of them. It is twice their size, with a long nose, a mop of long dirty hair, and large piercing black eyes. The animal rears up on its back legs and towers over the two possum brothers. Antonio locks eyes with the beast, takes a sniff, and then whispers, "Papa?" That's the end of chapter 27. We're going to stop there. I'll be back soon to read you chapter 28.